I saw one of your demos. You
Nice.
My bud Aguilar. You got him.
Oh yeah, Ruben
over at the Barclay.
Barclay, yeah.
I go over there from time to time.
I love fucking Ruben.
I took a date there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I took a date there because she wanted to see my stand-up. I was like, all right, here's what we'll do. We'll knock 2 birds with 1 stone. We go have dinner there.
Fair.
And then later on, we do the open mic.
Okay.
You know, so she gets an idea of what's going on.
Okay, fair.
And so we were.
And it's a good spot.
Yeah. So we're there, and the one thing, I mean, I guess they're just not famous for their hamburgers because I did not like their hamburgers. Don't tell the Barclay this. Don't tell the Barclay because I don't want to be dirt with them. But
we're gonna
anyway,
tag them.
Yeah. No, but the burgers just didn't do it for me.
Okay.
But I heard that they have amazing hot wings.
Hot wings are pretty good. The burgers are okay.
Okay. Yeah, the burgers aren't stellar. So, and we all had burgers. And
I like their fries.
Yeah, the girl I was with, she was like down in the burger hard. She loved the burger. She loves hamburgers. So.
But anyways, that's the prelogue. My name is Blaize. Welcome to the Blaize interview. And this is
David Moore.
Thank you, David.
What's
so,
up?
like we were just talking right now, like we met through comedy. One of my favorite places to go for open mics is always the Barclay on Wednesdays.
Yes.
It's like the environment's great. Like I told Ruben, every time I go in there, I'm waiting for Frank Sinatra to also entry behind me.
Oh, I know.
Like I'm waiting for like someone to be in there with a cigar and like
Yeah.
slap a woman in the eyes, but like, darling,
Yeah.
like darling, give me a pack of cigs.
I was like, I don't know how many characters come through there, but I'm sure there's some old dudes that just sit in their ways.
Sit in their ways. But yeah, I mean, like, cause especially like your comedy is a lot dark. It's a lot of dark humor, and I love you about your comedy. Because a lot of people are scared to do dark comedy, especially now here in Los Angeles. People are like, "Oh, you can't say that kind of things."
Well, you gotta be real though. I mean, even Hollywood has to be. Have you ever like tried to go PC in front of a Hollywood crowd? A lot of Hollywood doesn't even. You don't hear anything. You know, if you try to like, oh, I didn't think you would say that, and then oh shit, he's for real. And then all of a sudden you get a better reaction. Like, what the fuck? You know, who is this dude?
So, like, when did you make that leap to go into like dark humor? Or is that like always what you always wanted to do?
That's just like, I really think that I don't consider myself dark per se, but an inner voice is an inner voice. So your inner voice will tell you what's. It's your real voice. It's a thing like there's always like 2 different ways you can say things, right?
Yeah.
And then your voice, your comedic voice, is kind of the thing that you don't really hear, but you hear. But it's something you want to say, but you can't. That's where the comedic voice comes in, because it's like, you know, okay, so like I have to tell my dad when I'm talking to him, okay, here's the comedic way I would say this: either get off the, either shit or get off the pot, some shit like that, you know.
Yeah. Little. Like my favorite saying like that is shit don't change until you get up and wipe your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like when was where was your first set at?
First set, my very first official set was an open mic at the Liquid Zoo in Van Nuys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good spot though.
That was a great spot to start.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great spot to start. Any comedian that wants to get started in this, Ryan is a great guy. Ryan Talmo, he hosts the mic every Sunday. It's still known as the oldest running open mic, even before pandemic. It survived the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it's still like the oldest open mic in the valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically in the valley.
Specifically. I don't know about anywhere else.
Yeah, especially out here in LA, the comedy store's been around for a while.
Ryan's done it for so long. It's like one guy doing it ever since the 90s and shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, take it back. I mean, I think, I'm not going to say 90s. I mean, he probably started like 2008, 2009, something like that. Which is like, for a lot of people, that's a long time.
To especially in comedy.
He's a producer. He does a lot of shows, but we always, even if you didn't do well, it's fine. You were at the Liquid Zoo.
Yeah. There's a reason why they call it the Liquid Zoo.
Oh yeah.
Because everyone's liquored up, and everyone's a fucking animal.
Yeah. No, that's what I live for. I don't ever go on first though. My little secret is to go on. You go on a little bit later. So
yeah.
The show starts at 9, but you want to go on around 10 because that's when people start knocking back.
Okay, so I love you, and
you get real audience in there, and everyone's like,
loosened up a little bit.
Funny, you know.
What like got you to do your first set? Like, what motivated you to go up there and stand there in front of those people?
I was let's take it back a little bit. I always knew I would be in comedy from the very start of when I was when my mom homeschooled me. My mom homeschooled me, and to play hooky from the lessons that my mom set up before she left to go to work or wherever she was going, I would play hooky on the schoolwork and actually I'd turn on Comedy Central.
Okay.
So we sit there. So I was sitting there watching Short Attention Span Theater. You ever heard of that show?
No, I don't think I ever did.
Yeah, this was back in the, I'm going to say the 90s.
Early 2000s?
Early 90s.
Really?
It was like I was about 11. I was born in 82, just in case everybody knows. I'm 40 years old right now.
I'm 92.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's when Comedy Central was just starting to be the comedy show central channel. Mm-hmm. And so I would turn on Comedy Central all the time, watch stuff like Short Attention Span Theater, which is just like every comic on there had like 5-minute bits.
Okay.
So you had Seinfeld, he'd have his 5-minute bit. You'd have, not Kevin Hart, but the other guy that died, Hart. Can't remember. Anyway.
I can't either.
Yeah, well,
I'm horrible at names.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
All these up-and-comers, Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald, okay.
All those guys. You'd hear all of them. Everybody had Nora Keitlinger.
Oh, okay.
We're taking it back. We're taking a little bit back. That was the comedy scene. Those were the head guys. Those are big guys, and then there's like a million other people behind them there.
I mean, it's like that now. I mean, you got like Dave Chappelle.
Still. Oh, yeah. And
then you got like us bottom feeders.
Jamie Foxx in his heyday was amazing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I forget what roast it was, but he was in a roast, and like one of the people who was up there roasting was just doing horribly, and he was like, "This is your conscience. I am bombing.
Right.
I should get off the stage."
Right.
And the comic keeps trying to do his bits, and he goes, "I don't know why I keep talking. Mm-hmm. I'm blah blah blah's conscious. I should shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing." Right. He's just so great. Like, did you ever? I'm pretty sure you watched the Jamie Foxx show then, right?
I watched the Jamie Foxx show. It was a great show.
It was really good. It was really great. The comedy in it was fun. Mm-hmm. It was really I didn't really get into it that much. I watched probably altogether 10, 15 episodes because I didn't really get into it that much. I watched it a little bit. I think it was the reruns was either on BET or
they were on BET, my friend. I remember the Jamie Foxx show. I remember Rock was he was the garbage man with the fine ass wife. Mm-hmm. Live with his dad, with her dad, or something like that, and of course Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence. Oh yeah, that was really good. Yeah.
With what's her name? I actually delivered a chair to once.
Oh, Martin Lawrence or the actress?
The actress that was opposite Martin Lawrence. I can't remember her name.
Don't ask me these things.
I can't.
I'm not one of these dudes who because some dudes you ask them oh, who's this actor from this movie, and they're like, and they know everyone. They know all their screens, their credits. I can't do that. Don't ask me to know this shit about you.
Anyway, the TV wife on Martin. Mm-hmm. I show up at her place and I'm like after I get done delivering I think it was a credenza or something, whatever, and I go, "Are you an actress?" She goes, "Yeah, I am." I'm like, "I remember you on Martin." But of course, I mean, I'm not sure if I insulted her or not because it felt like I've done other shit besides Martin.
Well, I mean, yeah,
but her big role was Martin. She played the heavy on Martin. She was always mad at him.
Well, yeah.
There was always bickering between the two of them.
Yeah.
And then they'd make up, and then they have sex.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the fact that people still remember her, I'm pretty sure that's still oh, thank you. But especially because maybe she enjoys it because maybe that's one of the things oh yeah, I love the show. Maybe she hated the show. I don't know. It's not maybe she was one out Vib.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I love about Martin was whenever he would stop, he would always stop and he would look at the audience and he'd go fourth wall. I always do when shows go fourth wall for a second. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
That one and Burn Notice.
Burn Notice.
You ever seen Burn Notice?
Yeah.
I love Burn. That was my shit for like 2 years. I was all about Burn Notice.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, what's his name again?
It's a good show.
The main dude.
I told you not to ask me this shit.
I know, exactly. We telling each other not to ask this shit.
No.
So you got into the Liquid Zoo, but like, what inspired you to go there?
Yeah. So, getting back on track, I did a lot of like I had a friend that told me, we had nothing to do with like comedy. We were so removed from stand-up comedy of any kind.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get into it, and dude was like, okay, well if my actor friend, he was an actor friend, it's Lupe, and my boy Lupe, and he's doing union background, all that stuff, whatever. And he's like, all right, well, I want to get into stand-up comedy. If I'm going to take a class, you're going to take one with me. And we made a pact. Like, all right, partner. Whenever that's going to happen.
Yes.
Fast forward 6 months later, dude takes, we took classes not too far from here over at the studio on Burbank. It's a famous studio. It's a famous dance studio on Burbank. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Anyone that's known, it's a famous dance studio. It's on Burbank. It's opposite from the Good Night.
Yeah, I've driven past it. I haven't gone to it. I know where the area you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right there on Burbank. It's like right there by like the art district.
So Jeff Hodge was teaching comedy.
Okay.
And so that's when we showed up. That was when we met. We were amped. We were all happy to be there and shit.
Of course.
And Jeff's looking at us like, why the fuck are you so damn happy?
He's like, this is fucking miserable. What the fuck?
The fuck? You just ready, huh? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. So we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We just like, all right, we're gonna learn comedy. And then I have on my Facebook IG, which is enter the David, enter ENT, enter the whole thing, and then the is THA and David _. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, you'll show me in the Madeline Studios with my first mic, and I was like, first time I did stand-up comedy. I got a lot of likes from that. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
But it was Jeff Hodge, and we took a few classes from Jeff, and we got a chance to go up to the Ice House. I guess technically, if you want to think about it, me being at the Ice House, or I think it was the Ice House, and another gig was like the Salon Theater over in Culver City.
Oh, okay.
If you ever heard of that one, that was where I did my very first show. Was the Salon Theater. If you really wanted, that's the very first show, because that was the one. That was the final of the program. Was the fact that you got on a show.
Nice.
And, you brought people and get people to show up, and that was our first gig. I mean, it was it was like, all right, it's Jeff Hodge's students, so everyone be supportive.
Everyone be nice.
Right, we'll pretend to laugh. It's all right.
You know, it's like when you're driving down the street and you see the car with it says student driver on it.
Right.
My first instinct is like, I should just start fucking just like brake checking the fuck out of him.
Yeah. Student comedian coming onto the stage here. If he hits you, just that's why. Yeah. I don't know.
There's a few dents in his routine.
Yeah, exactly. There's a few dents in his brain.
Too much DMT.
So that was actually, if you really think about it, but once I felt like I was like, all right, well, I feel like I graduated and got stuff done, and so then that's when I, would come to the Liquid Zoo every so often and try to make people laugh. So I was like, every Sunday night. There was times when I was complete shit, but I had to come every Sunday night, and I met Ryan, and he had other shows. I think I was there when they first opened the Corbin Bowl on Thursday nights. If you've never been there, it's a bowling alley over on Ventura and Corbin.
Yeah,
and it's every Thursday night we have an open mic there, and. For a lot of the comics, they think it's to be there is a luxury, because they go they go early, go bowl a game, and then walk in and be like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And they're like already jacked up on like a fucking
pitcher of beer,
nachos, outside smoking a doob, and then they go in, bowl a 200, and then come in. I'm like, "Yeah, this is like Cedar Point for me," or what are you talking about? everybody like, oh yeah, this dude's like a pig in shit right here, man. He was like, I love it. He's happier.
I mean, that's pretty fun though. That sounds pretty cool. I mean, I haven't had a chance to make it out there myself.
Yeah.
So I need to go there myself and check it out now.
It's a cool little atmosphere.
What time does it start?
Sign up is 7:30 unofficially, but you can get there. Rule of thumb is probably just get there an hour early before the show. Show starts about 8:30, depending on how many people we get.
I get that. Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, I get that. But it sounds like a good time though.
Oh hell yeah!
And where's the theater again? Or where's the bowling alley?
The Corbin Bowl Bowling Alley.
Corbin Bowl Bowling Alley.
So I actually performed and bombed in front of Bobby Brown there.
What the fuck?
Bobby Brown showed up one day, sat down with his
entourage.
I'm not gonna say he only had one other guy with him.
Friend?
It seemed like a friend. Could have been like a manager. Could have been
bodyguard.
Whoever. It could have been a bodyguard. Just saying. I mean, this was after Whitney Houston and at the Hollywood Hotel decided that she could go underwater. Found out she couldn't, and that's tragic. But yes, this was actually post all that, and then he just kind of shows up, and I didn't know it was him, but he still hated my act. He just sat there, just like.
just sour pussing.
Just sour pussing whole day. But keep in mind, this was, I'm going to say 2018, 2019. I didn't know nothing about comedy. I was trying to write new material, so I was never really that funny the first couple years coming up.
I mean, most people say that about themselves, don't they?
Yeah.
Like they say, like.
I mean, I wasn't making Bobby Brown laugh. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
he didn't have enough coke in his system.
That was a good indicator. Maybe you should keep it on the DL here. Let's keep going to these open mics and work out some real gems here.
I mean, you have to. You have to. It's just like the whole writing process.
Yeah.
Like, what tips did you get out of the class that you took? What things that you still use today in your writing? Like, what are some things that you take away from it?
Well, we learned a lot about, the rudimentary of a joke. Because, you have a setup and you have the punchline. The punchline's got to be just, you got to think of something that no one would think about. Like just, bah, And that's basically the joke structure. Having things like that and learning joke structure makes you better at what you do, because at the end of that you just fill in the blanks. You're like, hey, I was walking down the street. Okay, what were you doing?
I got shot on by a bird.
Yeah, you got shot on by a bird, or I had a bunch of killer bees attack me or some shit like that. And nobody's, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, yeah, no, it was. I was just walking around with a thing of Raid. I didn't give a fuck. I was going Rambo. Stuff like that. You gotta first blood, motherfucker.
Like first thing, motherfucker.
Yeah. I was doing this at a county park too. The ranger didn't like me too much afterwards. I'm just saying.
So with you, it was just mainly just the structuring of jokes that you really took away.
The structure. That's what I took away from that. I also took classes at not just Jeff Hodge, but also the Dean of Comedy. We had a lot of weed. Okay, just give me a minute.
Good amount. The Dean of Comedy.
The Dean of Comedy, known as.
Skip the name for now. We'll come back to you. Just talk about who they were.
Dean. Yes.
The Dean of Comedy was named Dean?
Yes, his last name was Dean. It's I'm sure he always hits me up too. He's like, "Hey, come back. No, I'm not giving you any more money." That's all it is. I still have shit I haven't taught you yet.
Fuck you.
That's how you will us in, ain't it? Like, all right, no, you gotta give me the money. Surprise!
Yeah.
It's the same shit. You're stuck, asshole.
Yeah. Well, what did you take away from the Dean of Comedy?
Anyway, Greg Dean. He's a paid regular. He has his name on the wall at the Comedy Store. He's very well renowned as a professor of comedy, and I took several classes from him and his wife Gayla, who is still a working comedian. So again, they're an amazing combo. I love both of them, and that's where I really felt like the more, I'm like a sponge. The more I'm around something, the more it starts to melt in. It starts to, it's not clear as mud anymore. It's actually like, oh, this is coming natural to me. You start with the joke, start this up, the tag, ba-ba, and that's for the most part how I learned comedy. And obviously the application of it took time. I came a long way from saying 2 words at the Liquid Zoo to pacing around and not saying anything at all and thinking about and being in my head to actual performing on stage like an actual comedian.
Well, what does it look like when a comedian's on stage? What are things that what does it look like when you, not just you, but like any other comedian? What does it mean when you say the person looks like a comedian when they're on stage?
The thing about a comedian is he's a one-man band. So anything that comes into his center of the universe, like a loud car or somebody, talking or somebody, or it's so quiet you can hear a beer bottle or a beer cap just drop on the ground, like, oh shit. Can we hear a lot more of that, please? Because you guys are like, I don't know what to do with you. I think it's called alcohol. Let's try using that shit. Yeah. It'll help me. That's all I'm saying. Drink up. Like, no.
I get that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a lot of newcomers, their fear is bombing. But I feel like everyone who I've talked to, they love bombing. It's fun.
The thing about bombing is like...
Let's go more this way.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So you're more on the pitch. So we can see more of your face and shit.
Hi, everyone. So, just to say, the thing about bombing that I learned from Greg is that it's not failure, it's feedback. Okay? It's all about perception. It's all about how you know what to do the next time you get another opportunity. You did better than everyone else, because I'm gonna be serious with you. One of the things that I have a fear of is public speaking.
A lot of comics do.
Yeah,
a lot of comics say the same thing.
Yeah, and I did some things in church when I was a kid in front of a large group of people, but that was it. It was only one Sunday out of maybe 6 months. I never did anything else like that.
Yeah,
that was it. That was it for public speaking. And, I wanted to do more of it because I felt I would be better at it. I would be good at it if I just kept that in my thing. And, that's really part of being an actor, too, if you want to do that, too, and you want to be in the entertainment arts, is being able to speak in front of large groups of people.
Yeah.
So, and, you do that all the time in plays. You do it in stand-up comedy. You get to you might even speak at the Oscars, and that's a bunch of people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
and they're judging you.
Yeah, there's millions of people on the fucking screen, and they're fucking.
One of them might even come out and slap you. Just saying.
Slap the fuck out of you. Hopefully, hey man, motherfucker, I'm about to bob and weave.
That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
It gets that real.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 2.3.0 of what you're trying to do right now. So.
I mean, what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you on stage? Has anyone just heckled you? Has anyone stood up and threatened you? Has anyone
no real threats. No real nobody throwing anything at me. The worst heckle, and this is actually quite recently. The worst. I'm also on the Ding Dong shows on Monday nights of the Comedy Store.
Oh,
so
nice.
If anybody wants to check that out, I'm on. You can check the show out on YouTube, the Ding Dong Show YouTube channel. Just type that all in one word. You can get that in there, and you'll see the one time I had a minute of stage time, and one of our former cast members heckled me for the whole minute. The minute. I had 1 minute to try and make people laugh off my material. And it turned out to be bullshit because she's like, hey, say something funny. I go, hey, suck my dick. Good night.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I'm saying it's like it turned into like a Richard Pryor routine.
Just like, fuck you, bitch.
Bitch, suck my dick.
I love Richard Pryor.
That's all.
Him, Red.
Yeah. That's what it was. That's what it felt like. I was like, you want a Richard Pryor impression? Here you go.
Like honestly, I haven't been heckled too bad on stage.
Oh.
Like if anything, I've gotten heckled about what I was wearing or some shit like that. But that's not that much.
I actually wore. I went to a mic and actually like I wore like a Dodger hat and all black. Like I had all black Dickies.
Okay.
And a black. Like it's uncharacteristic that people would ever see me like this because usually this is kind of it, just a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy.
Uh-huh.
But I wore these black Dickies that I usually wear when I'm like on the job doing things.
Yeah. And
I wore these awesome. I love them. I these black Dickies with a little side where you put your phone on there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can put your knife in there. You can put a knife. And they're not technically tactical. They're just work pants.
Yeah.
And I wore that with some blue sneaks and a Dodger hat and a fucking like a short sleeve like dress shirt.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was like, somebody said, "Man, you look like a mechanic." I'm like, no, I'm clean. I look like the guy that sells the job to the mechanic. That's what I like.
He's like, nah, bitch, you're the one underneath the fucking car.
Give me some cologne. They're like, oh, you want this oil change? Yeah, no problem. With a little accent.
Would you have a gold chain or a silver chain?
I would love the gold chain. That'd be fine. It'd be like, oh, no problem. See Pablo in the back.
I'm not a jewelry guy though. I can't wear jewelry like that.
Yeah, I'm not a jewelry guy.
Yeah, like
I'm not.
Cause like remember when was it PNB Rock?
Mm.
The rapper who got shot a few months ago.
Right, yes.
Yeah, because they got robbed for all his jewelry. I think it was Ice Cube or something like that, or someone like that. I don't remember who it was, but one of the old 90s rappers came out and said like, yo, this is why LA rappers don't wear jewelry. Like, you don't see no one in NWO wear jewelry. Yeah. Kendrick doesn't. Snoop doesn't. None of the LA rappers wear jewelry. Mm-hmm. Last time like any LA rappers really wore jewelry was in the 90s on Death Row. And I remember the last time Tupac, he got shot up for that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, think about like the greatest West Coast rapper, he got shot over for a chain. Yeah. So it's like one of those things, it's like, yeah. So like a lot of the East Coast, that's more of an East Coast thing. Cause like, out here, they rob you like motherfucker. They don't give no fucks out here.
No, they don't. I'm like, they know you got some ice worth like, whatever it's worth, like, what, $125K? Yeah. Something like that? Yeah.
Especially, I've heard like in like Malibu or like any other like on the beach areas, people will have like Rolexes on their hands, and people will walk up to them while they're sitting there having like lunch, just take it right off their hand. Yeah, take it right off their hand. Oh yeah, just like, and they dare you to do something. Oh, they'll dare you to do something. Like something.
I can barely keep up with this iPhone, let alone have a Rolex on my hand.
I can't make the payments on this fucking phone.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, did you know I gotta take payments and make this shit back to the phone company? I'm good, man. No, I have nothing like that.
No, right?
Yeah.
Like, just especially when you grow up out here, like, you grew up out here in the Valley, right?
I'm actually from Ohio.
Ohio?
I know.
Shit.
I know. I'm from Toledo, Ohio.
Oh, shit.
I came out here about 10 years ago.
Okay, why, though? Just for comedy, or no?
Honestly, I didn't know I would ever be a comedian, but I just wanted to change an atmosphere. I've been in Toledo, Ohio for, I would say, all the way until after college. I left. I graduated from University of Toledo in 2007.
Oh shit! So you're Toledo.
Yeah. That's born and raised.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you're just like, fuck this place, I'm out.
Yeah. Well, it starts feeling smaller, a little too small.
Yeah.
And you got big horizons and big goals and big things that you want to do, and you feel like the town. Not that you don't love it, not that you'll never come back or anything like that. Because you will. It's just, you're like. I had a, like, we gotta do better. We gotta, shoot for more goals. We need a new horizon.
So why LA instead of like New York or Florida or Texas?
I love New York. I just had, my father was like a big. When I was growing up, my dad was a cop, so he don't like. Here's a funny story. I know this is not, for people who don't like cops or whatever. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It's okay, but this is my life experience.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, my dad was always packing every time he went through. This was before conceal and carry was legal or anything like that. My dad was like, nothing's gonna happen to my fucking kids. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Like he taught you how to shoot and everything.
Yeah. Well, he didn't really want any of us to be cops. He wanted he figured that life is not for everyone.
And he was like, all right,
yeah,
comedy.
Yeah.
At least you're not a cop.
Well, the thing is, he was a quick-witted dude too.
Yeah.
So that's also where I got my comedy from. Is my father.
Nice.
With his dad jokes and his, he'd be like, "What's cheese? It's not yours. Not your cheese." He's like, "Yeah, I heard that down to jail."
Yeah.
Like he gets all his good material from the people he locks up. Like,
that's funny.
I was like, really? You heard that shit? Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
I locked away this motherfucker.
I mean, some motherfuckers when they go into prison, they say some of the wildest shit. They're like, "Fuck, I'm going to prison anyways."
That's all I'm saying. I'm like, damn, dude.
I mean,
so yeah, I know with New York it was a little bit more intimidating just because I just have memories of my dad. Like packing a revolver in a water cooler. Like it was about to go down like Steven Seagal. If anybody touched one of us,
Yeah, but this is in Ohio though.
This was in Ohio.
But what about New York?
We vacationed in New York.
Okay.
So, sorry, just to roll back. We vacationed in New York for way before 9/11 ever happened. We vacationed in New York a couple times. And, my dad was like, all right, it's cool, during the day, but once the sun goes down, we got to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Mm-hmm. He really was like, he
was like that, though, straight up.
He wasn't, but what part of New York would you guys be in? Like,
we were in New York City. We were in Manhattan, all the scenic areas, Times Square. We just wanted to see it. We went to the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
We went up in the towers, the 9/11, the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
It was the World Trade Center before 9/11 ever happened. So we went in those twin towers. And we were on an observation deck. You could see everything all over that town. It was amazing.
Yeah, I actually went in September. I went to New York for the first time myself. I actually went up to the Empire State Building.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That one, my nuts are clutched.
Yeah,
I was like, woo. Mm-hmm. I was literally, when I got up there, my back was to the wall and shit, just like shuffling.
Yeah.
Shuffling.
Yeah.
And I was just like, ooh, baby. It was like, it's a different view from up there.
Yeah.
Like, you get there, like, the trees look fake. The trees look fake. You know what I mean? Like, shit just don't look real. You know what I mean? Shit don't look real from up there. Like, it looks like...
No.
Like, the buildings don't look like they're real. The people walking around don't look like they're real.
Yeah, it's like ants, and this is CAD drawing, and, totally.
It's just
see type or what Central Park.
Central Park. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was looking at Central Park and I was like, that shit don't even look real. It looked fake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I even went up to the 102nd floor. That one was oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
No, we went to the Empire State Building. We saw went up to the observation deck. That was a great time, honestly.
Yeah.
And you just keep. Here's another great story that me and my dad in New York. We went to see the Statue of Liberty. But because my dad was carrying, we couldn't hang in the lines with other people. They took us to the secret elevator. It was the one time we were allowed to go in the secret elevator of the statue. I don't think, ever since COVID, they pretty much locked everything down. I don't know if it's still open.
I went to Statue of Liberty.
Okay.
But you're only allowed to go into the pillar.
Okay.
You're not allowed to go inside the statue itself.
That's too bad.
So I wasn't able to go into the statue. I didn't even get into the pillar because I didn't realize until I got there that that's a separate ticket.
Wow.
It's 3 whole tickets to get in. So the first ticket is to get on the island. Mm-hmm. Second ticket is to get into the little podium thing.
Right.
And then the third ticket would be to get into the Statue of Liberty. And then the fourth ticket or fifth ticket would be fourth ticket would be to get to the torch. Right. The fifth ticket would be to get to the fucking crown.
Damn.
That's how fucking they nickel and dime the fuck out of you.
That was literally an arm and leg.
Bro.
of that statue that you had to pay to get in that arm and leg.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a new arm. What about the crown?
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
I don't know, but things were different when we were going, though. We got, like, yes, we had to pay for the ferry. The ferry took us over. I don't remember much else. I knew we had to pay something to get into the statue, and that was it. Mm-hmm. There was no, like, extra fee or a guy up there like, oh, you want to go to the arm, huh? He's waiting in the armpit. Like, he's waiting at the armpit. Wait, where do you think you're going?
to the arm? Nah, you got to pay an arm for that. No, but...
Like, all right, Jimmy, it's the armpit for you. Let's go.
So you were scared of New York.
So yeah, as a young kid, you were intimidated because your dad was packing hard, and also like we were the only people that got up in the secret elevator to go up in the crown. We didn't go up apparently when I was going, the whole arm was just crossed off at the armpit. We couldn't do that shit.
Yeah.
We couldn't go over the armpit near it up to the torch.
Arm.
Just
every 20, 40 years is like there's less and less things you can do on it because you can't even beforehand like you can go into the thing but you couldn't go into the lady but you couldn't go to the crown. Now you can't even go inside her no more.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get inside the girl, but
that's
you can't
what he said.
He
couldn't go inside her anymore.
No, I was trying to get all up in there. I was trying to get all up in there, the crown and everything.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to get all up in the crown. No, we were all up in the crown. We could see everything out. And, we always thought, like, because we saw a lot of Ghostbuster movies and stuff like that. Yeah. And she'd start walking. It's like, we spray some slime on her, get some good music going, and get this thing on the road. So we did at one time. I was like, hey, this reminds me of Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, I remember that. This is my brother.
That's funny. That's funny, though. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, but, so... New York just wasn't in the picture. So then LA, why LA?
I had family here.
Okay.
That was really the main thing that decided it was the fact that my sister was here 10 years prior to me.
Ah, okay.
She was here when I was going to start college in 2000. That's when she moved to LA. So I was 2001, 2000 around then.
Okay.
And so she was there grinning and bearing LA and she's an actress. Currently.
Okay.
And now she's is Tiffany Adams. Look her up. One Tiffany Adams on Instagram if you want. That's my sister.
Shout out to his sister.
Yep. And she's a really, really wonderful woman. And it's my older sister.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm getting points with mom and dad. She's a really wonderful woman. Yeah.
But honestly, mom, dad, come out here, save her. She has been taken from the devil and needs to be purified.
We've settled any kind of rivals that we had growing up. We settled that shit real quick because we were grown ups and we were trying to survive up in here.
I mean, honestly, when you fucking after the age of like 20, like bro, like, do you really need all this bullshit? Like, we got shit to do.
Yeah, that's
like,
kind of it.
It's like, I'm done with all this bullshit. Me too.
No, my sister came here 10 years prior, like, she was the pilgrim. We're more like the Puritans, just kind of like, okay, so we're going to have this rules,
So you came out here because your sister, like, what was your first, like, job when you came out here? Because you weren't into acting, right? You didn't do acting?
No, well, when I came out here, I was, I got laid off of my job in Ohio in 2009. I was here's what I did. I sprayed chemicals on lawns for about, I'd say 3-4 years in Ohio.
That sounds like you probably have cancer.
Probably, but again, it was a few years. I was a crew leader. I sprayed and I put the shit in the water and the 400-gallon sprayer.
Yeah.
And you roll it out in a box truck full of 400 gallons of weed killer, and you go and do your route. So you go and and make money and fertilizing, and then sometimes you get a call like, hey, I got bugs, I don't like them lawn, and so you come through with the insecticide and you water it. How come my shit ain't? You ain't watering, are you? I did because this shit's dry as a bone. You know, we sit there like we try to call you. No, fuck you. You ain't watering. You know?
Learn to fucking water, bitches.
That's all I'm saying. That's the half the lawns that we do, and people don't give a shit, and they think that's what we put seed and water down there. No, we don't put seed and water down there.
We just put chemicals.
It's chems. It's always been chemicals.
This is why we can't have nice things. This is why.
Yeah.
So you got laid off.
Yeah.
And then you came here to LA, and what was your plan?
And then my plan was to milk the unemployment like a motherfucker. Act like, you know.
You were 2020 pre-2020.
Yeah, dude. I was milking that shit. Obama just got president at the time, so there was turmoil in the economy already. So
because this black man was in charge.
Yeah. This black guy in charge. I'm like, dude, the white guy already fucked it up. It's okay.
Yeah. He's just here cleaning the mess.
But I left Ohio, and
eating off on
my sister. Yeah, my.
What did your sister say, bro? You need to get a job.
Of course, but as long as I was able to pay the rent for my one room in my sister's house, I was golden. And it was someone she knew, me, and, it wasn't a total stranger living in her house.
You paid the rent.
Paid the rent, all was well. Okay, so fast forward maybe a good, I'd say, year and a half. Everything's going great. Still trying to find a job, still trying to understand where I am in LA. And her husband wants to fucking do something else. And so...
What do you mean by do something else? That's
a
very broad kind.
They didn't want to be married anymore. Let's just say that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So they had this house. They were married. I show up. I'm trying to pay rent, and then it's a big fight.
Yeah.
Between them, him.
He uses
maybe
you.
Me.
He's using you as a point of why.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck is this bum doing here?
It wasn't so much that I paid the rent. I gave him money for whatever he needed. So, whatever. The rent was current. Even though we were bickering, the rent was current. I had a right to bicker.
Yeah, bitch. So long as rent's paid, I get a right to fucking yell.
Yeah. And I really didn't leech off him too much. I ate my own food and everything.
Yeah.
So, whatever. You can say whatever. He called me a slob once. I was like, that all you got?
Please.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a slob. You're messy as hell.
Okay. All right. Shit. All right.
And?
Is that the best you got?
Yeah, and? Come on. That's it? You ain't got shit.
He wasn't shit, apparently.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, he left.
He was a bitch.
We all had to vacate the house because of him. And we ended up getting a spot, not too far from here in North Hollywood.
Nice.
Yeah. Me and my sister lived in an apartment in North Hollywood. And then that's when the employment started to run out. And then the employment started to run out. And next thing you know, my dad's like, all right, you got time to get a job, okay? Just hurry. You need to get out of there as quick as possible. Your sister doesn't like you anymore. Stuff like that.
She's like, the shit she tells me about you,
that's
like,
what
bro.
I'm saying. I was on the curb, like, dude, seriously, I didn't think it was that bad.
All your shit's on the.
I'm on the curb, like, look, I don't know what she's talking about. We're cool, okay. The apartment we're in is shit though because she had a hot. The thing had a fucking hot stove on it with a pilot light that didn't go out.
Oh,
the pilot
one
light
of those
was on when it was like over 110 degrees.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I had my first apartment here in Highland Park. It was like that. Mm-hmm. You had to turn off if you didn't turn off the pilot light for the heater, it's always on.
Yeah.
It's always on. You had to turn off the pilot light, man. That shit's.
It's like a hot plate. It was a straight up hot plate that just wouldn't go out in the kitchen.
So it just makes the room like 20 degrees hotter.
So the room's 20 degrees hotter, which means my sister's like 20 degrees pissed. She'd be regularly pissed if it was only like, 79, 78? But no, she's El Firo.
El Firo.
Fucking in Fuego. Every day. Like, what are you doing here? Like,
Just like you fucking pro piece of shit.
Yeah, so that's when I finally started going on central casting and getting my get my shit together and getting into acting, and I did that for about 2-3 years, and I got my own place in Koreatown.
Nice.
Basically, my sister actually helped me find the place. Let's just say that.
She's like, here you go.
I got you something. Here's a number. Call them. You got money. Get the fuck out of here.
You motherfucker. You get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. I was like, cool.
She wasn't she wasn't pushing you out. She was literally kicking you the fuck out.
Like, you got
she was Spartan kicking you the fuck out.
And so she taught me how to hustle in this town. Baptism by fire, like.
Yeah.
So she taught me how to hustle in this town. It's fine.
Fair, that's cool.
So here we go. We got the house where I'm living in a house full of other people in Koreatown.
That's not bad though. At least you're in a house.
Yeah. I'm in a house. I'm over by where Perry Kurtz currently is.
Okay.
And it's Pico and Normandy. So I'm Pico and Normandy. And it was a better time, even though the economy was shit. It was a little bit better than what it is now.
Fair.
Okay, there was still like everything was pretty chill there when I was there. You'd be sitting on Pico, and you would you go into like a liquor store. It's Korean run. Everything's pretty much Korean.
Yeah, that's why they call it Koreatown.
Yeah. It's
buddy.
Right there, all that, and so you go there, you buy a 40 or something. 40 a beer, and it wouldn't be like $2.98 or $1.99 or $1.50. It'd be like $3 even.
Yeah.
I've never went to a store where I had to pay $3 even. I'm like, I like this store. I'm gonna come back.
The thing is, it's only cash.
Yeah, cash only. You buy a fucking 2-liter bottle or not 2 liter. Well, I usually go there for beer, so I get a 40. And something to go with my burrito. Okay, so I went to the liquor store. I got a 40, and I got a fat ass burrito for like $5 off a roach truck.
Ooh.
And those were the days. That was golden.
Yeah, I feel that.
That was total gold.
Back like
yeah.
When you're a level up homeless.
Yeah, you're level up from homeless, but you're not completely down and out.
Yeah, exactly. I feel you.
Yeah. So that was where I had nothing but a bicycle I bought in Cerritos. And a Jeep Cherokee that I couldn't move because if you moved it, you lost your spot. Because parking was a motherfucker down there.
Worse now.
It's worse now. You ain't gonna find no damn spot.
No, bro. You gonna find a spot like 4 blocks down the road.
That's what I'm saying. You have to go like 4. I know, and that's how I started. I started 4 blocks down the road. Just parked my shit. And went to my house, and then when
you see one motherfucker leave, you're like, run!
When daybreak or you see something open that you just hanging around. It's not like I had a job or anything, so I just be hanging around waiting for people to leave in the morning, and then that's when you get on it.
You're a fucking goon, bro.
That's
a fucking goon. Fucking goon. Fucking using that city pass everywhere you go.
Yeah. No, I had to get a city pass. Damn, that shit was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. That was. I think they were just zoning for City Pass, and if you lived there, the landlord gave you a pass, and you put it on your car, and that was that. So
yeah.
Once the moment came when I lost the damn pass, that's when I had to move out. I was like,
oh no,
I couldn't do this anymore.
Oh no. You know what's even funnier is I know some people who are like when they got the City Pass, they got their City Pass jacked. I know people who got their shit. Like, they didn't steal anything else. They didn't steal the cassette tape. Yeah. They didn't steal, like, their wallet. Yeah. They only went for the fucking City Pass.
Right.
And you know what's even worse? Every person was like, bro, I wish they did the cassette.
Yeah.
I wish they took my wallet. But they took the goddamn City Pass.
Yep.
No!
Yep.
Not the City Pass.
The City Pass, dude.
That's when you know. That's when you know the motherfucker's like, oh, that's a fucking goon.
The thing is, what it came down to was, she gave me 2 city passes. I don't know why, but she gave me 2 of them, and she asked for 1 back, and then I asked her for it back, and she claims she never had it. That's when I was like, oh fuck you, I'm out of here. She's probably old and just didn't remember.
No, she's probably saying fuck you.
Yeah. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just not gonna pay you anymore. Fuck this.
I'm out.
Like that basically decided like I could get another spot, and that's why I moved up to North Hollywood. Comes right back, round trip back to where I came from. I'm living over on Radford Boulevard, over off of Victory. Okay. Not too far from here.
No, yeah.
And
we're on Oxnard.
Yeah, Yeah, you're on Oxnard, but just further, maybe a street north of you.
Yeah, honestly, one street north.
Yeah, exactly. I rode a bicycle. Like, I used to ride a bicycle up and down this place, all of it.
Yeah.
My old Schwinn that I bought from Cerritos. Okay, there was me, the Jeep Cherokee, and the old Schwinn. And the Schwinn saved my life. I'm telling you, I just put that shit in the back of my Cherokee. I didn't have to be that close to the beach. Just take it take that bike and just do what you want. It was great. No, I loved having that bike. I still got it to this day.
Actually, our upstairs neighbors, the ones that were going crazy a few minutes ago. Oh, yeah. He's a scooterer.
Okay.
So he's one of those dudes. He tells me he scoots all up and down the boulevard,
right? Yep.
All and up and down the valley. He goes to the beach all the time.
Oh yeah.
Scooting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like if you got formal wheels, you can go almost anywhere in the city.
Yep.
It just takes a minute to get there.
Yeah.
And you got to fight a few homeless people on the way there.
Truth. I had to fight for space on the bus with that bike.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And there's going to be some, like, old lady there because, like, get the fuck out here, bitch. Mm-hmm. Always an old lady looking you in the eye like, the fuck you going to do with that shit? Get the fuck out.
Yeah, the thing was, like, everybody had a bike and they were trying to ride the bus at the same time, so it was, like, it was only, like, three spots.
Bike,
Yeah, it was... And toward the end, I'm pretty sure they just said, fuck you, just stay on the trail if you got a bike.
Yeah.
Let's retire this shit.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing on the bike? What are you doing on the bus if you got a bike? Get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, but I want to enjoy the public transit as well. Like, hey, fuck you. Right?
You know, you should have started going on there with a wheelchair.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, all right. You want me on a wheelchair? You got it. Fine. Take care of them. They don't give a fuck about bikers.
No, I mean they'll kick people off the bus with people on a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. It's like get the fuck out, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. Like this motherfucker needs to sleep.
Right.
Like they don't give no fucks.
Exactly. Like, you just be like the one guy and everybody in the back like mad at you and shit. You just
you wheel the fuck up. Honestly,
wheel.
You know what the crazy shit is? What I always do when I go to the amusement parks, I always try and get a pair of crutches.
Oh yeah.
And then I go over there with the crutches. I have a CVS. Little knee brace. Go there with the crutches and just ask for one of the little motorized motorcycles they have. Mm-hmm. Those little scooters. You know what I mean? Those little motorized scooters. You sit, right. You go there and you pull up to the thing in the front and it's like, oh, you have the motorized scooter? Your whole party can go to the front. It's like what? 5. What? Oh, you didn't say.
Come on, we walked so far.
That's what you gotta do, though.
I know.
That's what you gotta, especially because it's so long, these lines.
I back before the pandemic went down, that's all I parked the car, and when I was hitting open mics, all I did was scoot to every one of them. We used to have, okay, I don't know if you remember, but we used to have, it was once called the Happy Ending, and then it was called the Sycamore Tavern. And if you know... This was way back. Okay?
I don't know this one.
The Sycamore Tavern was the Hollywood scene of open mic. Mm. Sycamore Tavern was it was the old restaurant that is now being squatted on by homeless people over by Galvin's, and if you know where, like Hollywood, you know where there's
King Street?
There's a Wendy's. It's Hollywood and not even Hollywood. It's La Brea and Sunset.
Okay.
So that's basically, and you're just like a hop, skip, jump from Sycamore Tavern.
Yeah.
And they used to call it the Happy Ending, but it was nothing. There was nothing happy that ever ended there. Nothing happy. I was like, I knew, and the thing is, I moved. I helped the guy that ran that place. I helped him move.
Into it or out of it?
I helped him just move some stuff into his place, like not too far from the tavern. Mm. But he was living somewhere in Beverly Hills. Mm. And he got a little spot, and I had to go up so many stairs to get his shit up there. But he was easy, though, because he didn't have much stuff. He just had clothes. So I just take bags and just go bring them up.
I get that.
And then the next thing I know, he knew me because he knew I was a mover and stuff, and he's like, hey, just do this stuff for me, and then I'll get you some stage time. He ain't never got me no stage time when I was there. He ain't never got me no damn stage time.
But how did you come to the conclusion of starting your own moving company?
That came after all these Uber-based apps that people would if you had the thing is there's a lot of Uber based apps that like everybody was trying to do the Uber thing once Uber became
The thing.
this famous app that monster that won't die.
Pause. Do you want another beer? Or are you okay?
Yes, please.
I'll be right back. Say this one. Continue your story.
Yeah. Okay.
Uber, monstrous thing.
Yeah. That was okay. So then I became, like I was enrolled in all these apps, 4 different apps, moving apps that were big in LA.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Those,
yeah. And everybody downloaded it, and then the guy with the truck shows up and he moves whatever the fuck you had to move, and and puts it in his truck and moves it to your destination, and moves it, and everything's like $1 or $1.50 a minute or something like that. Yeah,
I remember that.
That's how he rolled. That was it. That I got enrolled in that stuff.
Okay.
And it was when it was at its popularity, it was good money.
Nice.
It was ridiculously good.
Okay, and so then when did you open your own business?
Well, once the apps died, the apps died. So, but the thing is, I had an app that did not. You didn't go through the app to talk to people. You had to do it with your own phone.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people remembered my phone number.
Oh, okay.
So that was a niche for me because people were like, oh, I remember you on this thing. I don't want to talk about the companies that passed, but I remember you on this. I still got your number, and you want to
help me.
You come and help me with this couch or whatever, and I'd pay you this much. And I mean, at that point, you can't say no to money.
Yeah.
So like there was nothing else going on, and you can't say no to money, and you still had the truck, you still had the big, bills to pay and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like you had no choice but to this is my business.
You have a van body? What type of truck is this? Like a van body?
Oh no, pickup truck.
Pickup truck. Oh, so it's not even like I thought you had like a big old van body, like a 12-footer. Or something.
No. That was before all that. Like the whole point was like people had trucks and pickup trucks in LA, and we were trying to figure a way to utilize the pickup trucks and make them move people's stuff down the way. But you have to make sure they're not mowing lawns with it or
Yeah, it's presentable.
yeah. Obviously, they have to go in and inspect the truck before you even get cleared to do that kind of work.
Yeah. So then, So, what's your company then? Like, what is it? Like, how do you grow it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I know me being a business owner, it's like hard.
Absolutely,
it's super hard because especially being a mover. Yeah. How many times do people need things moved? Not that often.
Not that often. But here's the deal, though. With a lot of I actually this is the osmosis that happens in what you do for a living. So a lot of the people that used the app to move the stuff, they started bypassing the app and just using the person. Yeah. So the person that would always show up at the store eventually was like, you got the job. Yeah. I'm going to make sure all my deliveries come to you. You are the most dependable person I've ever seen here, and you know how to kick ass, and you know how to take so everything will be like every time somebody needs something, I'm going to go to you directly. Yeah. So
what is it that you usually like deliver or pick up? What is that like?
Oh yeah. Well, anything.
What's your most common item? I should say.
Common item. Okay. Today I had to move a table for a lady. It was a 92-inch table.
But she needed that help because
because she doesn't have the car big enough to put a 92-inch bench in.
Or she's a little bit frail.
Well, that too. But I don't want to get there. I don't want to go there because anybody could have lifted this thing. It was ridiculous. It was just long. But I have a pickup truck with a long bed on it. So it's like 8 feet of just empty space that you can just put anything in. And that's before the tailgate even comes down. So we put this 92-inch table in and take it over to the lady, and she's so happy, and she's like, "Oh man, this is great! I'm going to use you again." And that's how the osmosis happens, because you're just in business for yourself, and you've already made contact with the girl, you've already texted her, she's texted you the picture of what it looks like, all this and all that, and next thing you know, there's 10 million other people that are doing that.
Yeah. What are the difficulties that come with your business that like you didn't know of or didn't think of before you started doing what you're doing? Because there's a lot of things that I'm pretty sure, like, oh, well, fuck, I didn't think of this.
Yeah. Well, the difficulties is trying to keep the truck going.
Make sure
that truck, I'm going to tell you, man, there's,
Where did you go from the Jeep Cherokee to the truck?
The Jeep Cherokee got sent back to Ohio because I was just tired of worrying about it and worrying about it being towed, anything like that, and it ended up with a really bad brake problem, and I had no money to fix the brake problem. Okay. So I was like, I asked my dad to see what he could do about getting it back to Ohio so they can run it and use it for themselves.
Okay.
So I donated it back to the family and let him have the title to it and everything like that, and I just didn't have a car.
Okay, that's
so I was
fair.
doing public transit and bicycling and whatever.
Yeah.
And no, it worked out for where I was. It was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't
in your time of life, you didn't really need a car.
Yeah. And so I learned how to live life without wheels.
It's hard.
Fun. It's hard, but it worked. It was simple.
You just gotta leave 2 hours before you gotta get there.
It was a simpler life. It was a simpler life. So then, I after a while, I get tired of I get a job where I'm working for a dealership that buys used, old, decrepit cars off of the street and takes them, either salvages them in the golf balls or something like that, or golf clubs, or takes it and resells them on an auction. So that's what I did. I was there. I was in the computer doing online auctions and stuff for this wholesale dealership, and I was riding my bike. I was coming in there on my bike. I didn't have no damn car. I come in there on my bike and just did what I had to do in the office, and that was it. That was the job. And then eventually, I went to CarMax.
I mean, that's a good spot to go.
I went to CarMax, and it was 2014, and I'm from Ohio, so Ohio State won the championship that year. They won the
BCS championship.
The
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer and the what was the first playoff?
The
first ever playoff in Ohio State.
They beat Alabama and they beat
Alabama and Oregon.
Yeah. Was it Oregon or was?
It was Alabama. Alabama was the
first one.
The Final Four was Ohio State,
Alabama, Oregon, and FSU.
FSU? Okay.
Yeah, FSU. It was FSU.
Yeah. So
Jameis
that was
Winston.
that. Yeah. I didn't remember that guy, the FSU left abruptly because Oregon beat FSU, I believe.
Bad.
Yeah.
And then Oregon got beat bad.
And then Oregon got beat because we had Ezekiel Elliott on our team. We had Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys on our team.
And you had Bosa. Bosa of the Chargers. He's also pretty good.
Bosa was amazing in the defensive end.
Joey Bosa, yeah.
Yeah, Joey Bosa, his infamous, I sacked the quarterback. What do you want? He's like, I don't know. This sheepish little shrug. He made into an emoji in whenever he types and does things. He's like, hey, it's Joey Bosa.
So
he doesn't do that anymore.
But they won the championship. And then you wanted a truck
they won the championship, and I'm just like, it's the new year, new you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as my New Year resolution, I didn't, I still kept the bicycle, but I wanted the truck to go with it because I needed a place.
Do you still have the bike?
Yeah, I still do.
Nice.
I still do. I tricked it out. Made it a fixed gear.
Are you gonna frame it when you're 80?
If I make it to that, sure. I'm just saying. I did a lot. I overhauled everything on it and painted and repainted it and everything.
Nice.
And got new handlebars on it. It looks so dope. Yeah, I put a lot of work in that damn thing.
I feel that. But I mean, that's your transportation.
That's
your baby.
That was it. It's my little Schwinn.
Yeah.
And so I kept it, and it's still with me to this day. I don't use it as much anymore.
Obviously.
But but when I was buying I bought a big red Chevy Silverado.
Ooh, nice truck.
09 Silverado. And I took that thing, and I was like, well, people are wondering, why'd you get the truck? Well, I told them I needed a way to move my bike. You know?
You're a fucking fool. You're a fucking fool.
Look, I was tired of depending on the bus to put my bike on it. I said, fuck this. I'm getting a truck so I can put my bike in that.
You're a fucking fool. You're a fool.
That's all I'm saying. That's what that was. That was,
Yeah. No, I get you. You're a
like,
simple man.
Yeah, I was like keeping it simple as hell. And, yep. Sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. You forgot how to drink properly.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It happens. It happens to the worst of us.
I'll pay for the dry cleaning.
No, it's not good, but no, it happens. But but that's cool. So you got the red Silverado.
Like, I have all my customers like, what do you think about how's business on this thing? I was like, dude, first of all, this is the best part-time job I've ever had.
This is the best part-time, full-time job I've ever had.
This is the best part-time job I've ever had. And I'm telling you, I'm like, keep this app going. I don't give a fuck. And then, other rival apps would try to, but that was the main bitch. It was the first one was the best. And
then they went under.
Yeah, they went under over a while because people didn't know how to move and they ended up breaking shit.
Yeah,
there's only a few of us that are actually really good at what we did, and I was one of them.
Surprisingly, this is one thing David's good at is moving shit.
Yeah.
So if you need something to move, call David.
I will move your shit
at 1-800 David Moore.
You let me know. Please don't DM me regarding that. I'll give you a number.
Would you even have a social?
Trying to keep the comedy and the moving separate, okay? We're all movers here. Everyone.
He's a mover and a shaker.
Yeah,
but he does a lot less shaking.
I only shake after dark.
After 11:30.
That's right. For a few females.
Per dollar. Per dollar.
Per dollar per minute.
Dollar per minute. That's how I do my work. Bitch said, what's the least I pay you charge? I said $1 a minute minimum. It's like $1 a minute is very good money. That's $60 an hour.
Yeah.
$1 a minute?
Yeah.
That's good money.
Yeah.
People don't like. I was like, what is your vision of success?
Oh goodness, everything. Financial health is pretty much your thing of success. That obviously you're not doing as much. You're more like overseeing things. You trust people that are doing the things for you.
So you want to make your own moving company? Was that what?
I mean, I'd like to, but I know what can go wrong.
Yeah,
and that's why
especially when you hire people, especially when you hire another person.
I'm hesitant.
Yeah,
it's still at this point, and I've done this for years and years. I mean, this was 2015 when I first started.
Yeah,
and I had a dolly probably like this big, trying to move a refrigerator this big.
Yeah,
and that's where you learned from moves that were shit. Mm-hmm. You learn from those shitty ass moves. Mm-hmm. You learn whenever you poke a hole in somebody's door, you learn that shit.
Yeah.
You learn how not to do that.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of that going on.
I get you. Yeah, a lot of learning how to think ahead.
Yeah.
Learn how to take precautions.
Exactly.
Okay, surveying the area before taking action.
There you go.
Is a good phrase I like to say.
Yeah.
Is making sure okay, what is the terrain?
Yeah.
What is my objective?
Right.
How we're gonna do this?
Right.
You got to think about it beforehand. Let's make a plan before we do shit instead of just moving shit and making a plan as we go.
Exactly. Because you keep in mind your hands are already full. It's full of couch.
Yeah.
So you got to make a plan before you even grab the couch and take it down the way, because you're gonna have a problem if you can't open the door.
Yeah. So do you have people who work for you or with you or?
Yes. Yes.
And how does that work?
A lot of times, I have people that call me. I also have people on hand that like the part-time work, so because a lot of them are in the entertainment industry and stuff like that, and they're up and coming people just like me, and they need some part-time work, and so if they're good with their hands and they're good at moving, I take them. It's like, hey, okay, this job requires 2 people. I absolutely need somebody with good hands to help me out, and I usually find people, or people refer me to other people that are actually really good with what they do.
Yeah.
So that's really where that comes from.
And do you have like a large Rolodex of folks that you go to, or is like, do you have one person, like top 3 people that you go to? Is that?
I have a go-to. I have one go-to guy, and then if it's not him, I have another guy that I always have a second guy that's hanging in the balance. But a lot of times it's a minor thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's jobs where I need all 3, all of them.
Yeah.
The 1 and the 2.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you're number. I don't call them number 1 and number 2, even though I feel
in your mind you do. In your mind you do.
It'd be funnier if I did. Okay, wait, hey, he's number 1.
No, you know what'd be funnier? He's number 2. You're number 3. You're number 1. Bitches.
I'm number 1.
I'm number 1.
Point 1.
You're 2. You're 3. Like you guys don't even refer to each other by name. You just refer to each other by number. They have to call you number 1.
That's all I'm saying. Well, yeah, that goes back to the Star Trek days when someone called, like, I think the captain called someone number 1 or something like that. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Come on, you number 1. Number 1, let's go. I'm ready.
But yeah. But no, that makes sense though, because my parents own a truck body company. Oddly enough, it's we build and manufacture van bodies, lift gates, trucks like that. Nice. So that's what we do. If you need a deal on a truck, let me know. I can help you out.
Right.
But it's not going to be cheap. It is going to take like 4 months to get back to you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, but so one thing my mother stressed to me, and something that like really affected me, because they have like 20, 30 people who work for them, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, Mom, why? I was a kid. You know what I mean? I was like, before I hit 10, I said, Mom, why do you work so hard? Because I didn't understand the value of work at a young age. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I understand like what it meant to like be an owner and like be a business owner. Mm-hmm. My mom said, Mijo, Blaize, I work hard because we have 20 to 30 people who work for us. That means that's 20 to 30 families that eat because of us. Mm-hmm. That means if I mess up, that means that's 20 to 30 families that don't eat because of me. Right. And that like stuck with me.
Right.
Like a very, very hard truth. Like, for her to fuck up, for me and my dad and my brother, like it's gonna fuck us up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be really bad for us. Right. But if she fucks up, that's not just us. Not us four. It's also the 20 to 30 other people who have children, who have families, who have, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They got to put food on the table. It's like that really resonated with me. Like, and I understand what it means. Like that fear of expanding, because the more that you expand, that means the more responsibility that you put on. Right. That means the more mouths you have to feed. Right. Because if you fuck up, that means like 1, 2, 3 other people, their shit's fucked up. Yeah. And like that's something that hit me really hard because like it's hard to really like understand what it means to help someone out, to help feed another family. Right. Not in that sense, but like in the sense of like if I mess up, there's so much more at stake.
True that.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that fear of expansion is what made me think of that earlier.
Yeah, I'm not trying to feed anyone's family. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a very part-time job.
Yeah.
What I get these guys to do.
Yeah.
But again, I used
just trying to feed myself.
I know. I used to do landscaping, and again, back in Ohio, I manned 3 crews.
Yeah.
I worked for a commercial company. I did. I was a state licensed applicator of lawns.
I applicate of lawns.
Of lawns.
Like, what the fuck is a state applicator of lawns?
Seriously, that stuff is regulated in the state of Ohio.
Probably here too in California.
It's definitely here in California.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So regulator of lawns.
No, they were
regulator. Like, are you going to every single place with those equalizers?
The thing is, I drop chemicals on people's lawns. Don't think you can't, really do some damage if something like that would go down. Mm-hmm. And like you could fuck up an aquifer, or somebody's trying to drink from a well. Yeah. You got to keep that in perspective. So everything, you have to realize that everything permeates. Everything goes down.
What would you feel is your more... Because like right now, you just listen to all these random jobs that you have. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite job? What was your favorite job? Like you've done so many good, like interesting things. What was your favorite job?
I mean, my favorite job is the job I currently have. That really is what I like.
That's fair.
And just because I get a lot of free time. It's like, okay, you want me to do this? Okay, it's this much. And then, like, I only had 2 jobs today. Like, today was, you know, I had to get there at the store. The store opened at 11. I get there at 11. I deliver this woman's table. All is happy. Everybody's happy. I get to go back and I go and grocery shop.
That's like what I love about my job, being a massage therapist. Is like I have so much flexibility. Like there's only 3 days that I'm actually scheduled to work at a place at the spa that I work. I love working out at the spa that I work at. Like I worked there this morning before we had this interview, and then we came out here. Yeah. Like it's super easy. Like I had 3 people today, and I had an hour lunch. Yeah. Like in between, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I literally took a nap in between my lunch.
That's great.
You know what I mean? I had a little snack. Snack. And then I took a nap for like 20 minutes, and then I saw my last client. And then I came here, and like it's just super easy. It's super fun. It's just like being able to have a flexible schedule is so just relaxing.
Yeah. No, it's cool like that. And that's the thing. You just try to. Some days it's heavy, some days it's not. Right now I'm in that little bubble where it's really not right now. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean like there's also highs and lows because I always like to say is like I only eat when I work.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean
that's fair, and that I only grocery shop when I work.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because like if I look at my schedule,
give me my grocery money. Okay, cool. I'll see you at Ralph's.
Yeah. Like honestly, like I work and like that money I make, like if I have a private client, they pay me cash. I take that cash. I go straight to the grocery store.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
I go straight to the grocery store. I pay all my groceries in cash.
There
like
you go.
the fuck, like you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's like I only eat when I work because it's because I'm scared like. There's some months where I'm really, really good. Some months where I'm really, really bad. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of thing what I like about having my like 3 days a week at my spa because I have that baseline money. You know what I mean? Because I can always count on I'm gonna have at least this much money. That means I'm gonna have rent. I'm gonna have my utilities. I'm gonna have everything else paid for. And then everything I make else above that is my living money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Base money is 3 days a week, and then everything else about that is my like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can do, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The secret to my business was like I had to get behind stores. So again, remember when I said, okay, well I'm just gonna use you. There's like I had 3 different stores. Like I'm just gonna use you. You're awesome. And it's like okay.
But what are you delivering? Like you're just delivering like furniture,
tables, couches, small chairs, patio stuff, anything.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's great. And a lot of times I work for consignment, like a lot of consignment places. So every time they're like they have to make the sale. Yeah. Otherwise, the customer that put in the furniture doesn't get paid. Yeah. So it's on them to make the sale. So stuff's already hitting the door. Yeah. Stuff's heading out the door, and they need somebody to do a simple thing for a simple fee.
Reliability.
Exactly.
A
reliable person to do a simple thing for a simple fee. So I go, okay, we're going to move, let's see, 3 bar stools, a picture, and a coffee table. Okay, $80. All right, I can do that.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I mean, honestly, to be fair, that's like, you can't even fill up your tank on $80, but yeah.
You can't. But
not here in California.
But keep in mind for what you do, a simple chair going, maybe 2 miles down the road. That's not bad.
That's nothing.
That's not bad at all. You get there, you're done within like what?
An hour and a half? 20 minutes?
Not even.
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
Damn, bro, that's nothing. That's like
you get $80 for 20 minutes.
That's good work. That's good work. Hey, remember, folks, when people say don't work harder, work smarter.
Yes,
this
sir.
is what my man David Moore is all about. He's about the working smarter.
I mean, well, you work hard enough, you start understanding how smart works. Yeah. So
you're like, this is hard.
Wait, hard. Smart's over there with the hanging like, no, you move the shit up your fucking apartment. You give me the money. Yeah. Look, I trucked it over here. Sorry, gas is a bitch.
Yeah, especially I feel like every fucking week gas goes up by 50 cents.
Hell yeah.
Like, bro, I'm like, this gas, man, this gas is killing me. Like, I have people tipping me extra because, like, I know how bad gas is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a motherfucker. Come on.
Yeah, that's to live and die in LA. Die in LA.
Hell yeah.
As someone who's born and raised out here, ain't nothing but taxes, death, and taxes.
Death and taxes, absolutely.
Death and taxes. That's all it is out here. Death and taxes.
You just make sure you have enough for the taxes.
Bro, you know how much is... Hey, you know what's funny? I have a joke. You know what my joke is? My joke is I pay more in taxes than Donald Trump.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Everyone's like,
I pay more in taxes than Donald Trump, so you know what? I should run for the Republican Party.
Right. Well, I'm sure that's in a rap video somewhere.
Somewhere.
Donald Trump.
Bro, that's when you know you're really balling. And you're really... You know what's even funny? I make so much money the government pays me back. Yeah, that's a real rap lyric.
Yep.
It was like, shit, I make so much money the government pays me back. Shit. As you know, I got it. I spend so much money the government pays me back. Shit. That's how it be though.
I think it was a Beastie Boy. Beastie Boy said I get what? Make money like tax collection. Get
it. All right, but yeah, David. We're about to finish up right now.
Sure.
Thank you for coming through. Where can the people where can they find you at? Plug your Instagram. Okay. Plug your sister if you want to again. Yeah, plug your promoter. Plug your business.
Okay. So anyway, if anybody's looking to move a couch,
if you need to move a couch, furniture, refrigerator.
We'll just start off. I'm not going to give my number on the air. I just again, my Instagram is Enter the David. It's ENTERTHA David, all lowercase with a little underscore after David.
Time out. Did you put the?
THA.
Bro, I thought you'd be. You're not. Alright, you're definitely a Toledo boy because if you're a Toledo boy, you'd be like the. If you're an Ohio boy, you'd be like the. The David.
That doesn't matter.
David.
I wouldn't do that.
What other places called the Ohio State? They don't call anywhere else but the Ohio.
It's end of the
David. End of the David. Enter the David.
Enter the David.
I feel like that is the. Not honestly, Enter the David. Let's rethink that David. Do you want people to enter you?
No.
Oh.
Because it was based off of an old movie, an old Bruce Lee movie.
Enter the Dragon.
Everybody knows Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
So, this was an evolution of me, just me against the world.
Enter the David.
So Enter the David came to be. That's how that...
Yeah, doesn't make it sound better, David. Doesn't make it sound...
Bring it on! Bring it on!
He's going to take it all in.
David versus the world.
He takes it all in. So, Into the David, your comedy story plug every Monday?
Yes. I am on the Ding Dong Show. At the Comedy Store. The Ding Dong Show at the Comedy Store.
What's the YouTube page?
YouTube page. You can see it. It's the Ding Dong Show. Hang on, it's on my phone.
There you go. Get it. Sorry.
I just want to reiterate this because I haven't seen it myself. So
he hasn't even seen his
I have not seen my work. I just do the shit.
You're one of those folks that like the actors. Yeah. They record, they do it, but they don't see themselves doing it.
It's okay. Simply Don the podcast YouTube channel, all one word.
Repeat
spaces. Simply Don the podcast YouTube channel.
And that's for the Ding Dong Show.
That is for the Ding Dong Show. Tapings at the Comedy Store.
Tapings goes on.
So we do it every Monday night, but you can see the taping anytime. Monday nights at 10:30.
10:30.
Belly Room.
Belly Room's a good room.
Free tickets.
Belly Room Monday nights 10:30 at the famous.
Take your dates.
Honestly?
Yes.
You're going to see David's ugly face.
Yeah.
And she's going to say, "Oh, my date's cuter than this."
Yeah, of course. Yeah, totally. And then you get score. And then And then we've seen people like across the street there's a hotel or an apartment across the street.
The nice one.
I don't know if it's Earl Skakel was the first to film someone actually getting laid there. Just saying, if you don't know who Earl Skakel is, he is a paid regular at the Comedy Store, and that's how I got to know him. He even moonlights over at the Ding Dong Show from time to time as an audience member.
Nice.
But again, he's amazing. He's a very funny dude. And his claim to fame was the fact that he filmed a fuck scene going on across the street. I'm just saying, I'm like, whoa!
All right.
And that's where you know I was like, look, I want to be that rich. I want to be that rich to like I want to have sex and then go over to the comedy store. Hey, what you guys think?
You don't just have sex at the comedy store as paid gig. As a paid gig. Like everyone's gotta pay like $10 to get in and watch you fuck.
Like 10 fucking comics heckle me while I'm fucking her.
Yeah. Alright, so we got Enter the David.
Yeah.
We got the Ding Dong Show on Monday.
Show.
Mondays at the comedy store. Anything else you want to plug before we take off for tonight?
If you want to follow my sister, it's one Tiffany C. Adams.
One Tiffany C. Adams. Hey, book her for Marvel, fucking Disney,
Yeah.
HBO Max.
Oh yeah.
Hit her up.
Yep.
Tiffany. One Tiffany or one Tiffany?
One
Tiffany Adams. One Tiffany Adams.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
All right, thank y'all. And this has been David Moore. Take care, y'all.
See you guys. Dave Moore.
Hey.